The Yankees need a lot of help at the trade deadline. There are a lot of positions that need strengthening, but there is one that is especially bad, and that is third base with DJ Lemahieu. Lemahieu is not cutting it for the Yankees. He cannot hit. According to basically every metric, he's a bottom 10 hitter in the league. You can't have that at third base because third base is a position where you need some offensive value. Yeah, he's playing good defense, but it's not cutting it. So I've compiled 4 trade options for the Yankees. 4 players who might be available at this trade deadline, make sense, and would help the Yankees. So starting off, we have Isaac Paredes. Paredes has been talked about a good bit now because the Tampa Bay Rays, they're going to be selling, and if they do, Paredes would massively help the Yankees. He's a right-handed hitting third baseman, a free agent in 2028, so years of team control left, which would make him very expensive to trade for. You'd have to give up a lot of prospects, but he's just a good hitter. You look at the numbers. 258 batting average this season with a 360 on base, 460 slugging for an OPS of 820. Last season, pretty much the same. OPS of 840. And he hit 31 bombs last season. He can hit. Yeah, the average 250 by conventional measures, that's not great. But you look at that 360 on base, that is massive. You look at the home runs, another big part of his game, where you're not going to get that with LeMahieu. And the defense, it's not great from Paredes, but it's not terrible. It's not a liability. So if you can trade for Paredes from the Rays, the Yankees would just get a very, very good bat in that lineup. He also doesn't strike out that much. He only has 66 strikeouts in 93 games this season. Last year, he only had 104 in 143 games. So he has a good bat, and the Yankees need offense. Paredes is definitely someone the Yankees should consider. Next is Matt Chapman. Now, Chapman is a little confusing with his contract because he's on a multi-year contract, but to make it simple, it seems like he's going to opt out of his contract at the end of the season. So it would be a 1-year deal. And that would mean the Yankees are not going to have to give up as many prospects as they would if they got Paredes. So far in 96 games for the Giants, he's hitting .234 with a 320 on base, 409 slugging for an OPS of 730. It's not as impressive as Paredes, but he's an above average offensive bat. He has an OPS plus of 111, which means he's hit 11% better than a league average hitter this season. He also plays very good defense, so you're not losing much there because LeMahieu has been excellent, and Chapman is also an excellent defender. He's also fast. He's stolen 10 bases, only caught 1 time. This is a player that would give the team a jolt. You get someone who can actually hit. He'll get you doubles. He'll get you home runs. He'll play great defense. He can run the bases. He makes a lot of sense for the Yankees if the Giants are selling because he's a big, big improvement. Now we have 2 players that are a little weirder. We'll start off with Luis Rengifo. Now, he is a switch hitter, so the last 2 guys I mentioned, Paredes and Chapman, were right-handed bats. Rengifo is a switch hitter, free agent in 2026, so another year of team control, and he's having a very impressive season. In 69 games, he's hitting .315 with a .358 on-base percentage, a .442 slugging for an OPS of 800. It's been his best season of his career. However, he's on the injured list right now with a wrist injury. So that's always a risk, trading for an injured player. He is also a terrible, terrible defender at third base. The metrics are just very grim on him. And a lot of the advanced metrics think that he's been very lucky at the plate. And you look at his past seasons, in 2023, he was good, but he hit 264 with an OPS of 783. So, good, and if the Yankees can get that, then they should, but you're likely going to have to overpay. It's an interesting option. I think it would be an improvement to get him on the Yankees, but there are a lot more holes in a trade for Renjifo due to the injuries, due to the defense, due to the luckiness that he's had at the plate, but an option to consider. The next guy, this is someone who would be a reunion for the Yankees, and they don't like doing those. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Now, if you haven't been checking in on IKF, it makes sense. He's not a Yankee. But he's had a very good season. In 82 games, he's hit .292 with a .338 on base, a .420 slugging for an OPS of 758. That is good. The Yankees could use that. And he's on a 2-year deal worth $15 million. So the Yankees would get one more season of IKF after this. And he's graded out very well at third base. That's where he previously won a Gold Glove. So he brings defensive value. He brings an improved bat versus Lemahieu. The Blue Jays are definitely going to be selling. So it makes a lot of sense there. The Yankees just don't like doing reunions like this. One thing, though, he does have a hip injury right now and is on the 10-day IL. Just another thing to keep in mind there. And we'll have to see what the updates are with his injury. But an option. And an option that would help the Yankees. You get more offense, you're not losing much defensively, and you're gaining some speed. So those are 4 trade options for the Yankees to replace DJ Lemahieu. Isaac Paredes, Matt Chapman, Luis Renjifo, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Comment down any other players you think the Yankees might be trading for this trade deadline, and tell me what you think of these 4 players.